5 men wearing white gloves and carrying cameras were caught early today in the headquarters of the Democratic National Committee in Washington. They apparently were unarmed, and nobody knows yet why they were there. But I don't think that's the last we're going to hear of this story. Five men wearing white gloves and carrying cameras were caught early today in the headquarters of the Democratic National Committee in Washington. They were caught by a night watchman, and they did not resist arrest when the police came. They apparently were unarmed, and nobody knows yet why they were there. The film and the camera hadn't even been exposed. In any case, they're being held.
On Sunday morning, June 18th, Richard Nixon later wrote, I left for Key Biscayne. When I got to my house, I could smell coffee brewing in the kitchen, and I went in to get a cup. There was a Miami Herald on the counter, and I glanced over the front page. The main headline was about the Vietnam withdrawals. There was a small story in the middle of the page on the left-hand side.
The Watergate apartment hotel office complex in Washington has a fortress-like appearance, but the burglars penetrated that security.
4 of the men arrested were Cuban nationals now living in Miami. And the 5th, James McCord, was a former FBI and CIA agent recently employed as a security aide by the Republican National Committee and the Committee to Re-elect the President.
Presidential Press Secretary Ron Ziegler today called the incident a third-rate burglary and nothing the president would be concerned with.
But the president was concerned. On June 23rd, he met with his chief of staff, H.R. Haldeman.
Now, on the investigation, the Democratic break-in thing, we're back in the problem area because the FBI is not under control.
To thwart the FBI investigation, Haldeman suggested that the break-in could be made to look like a CIA operation.
And that'll fit rather well because the FBI agents who are working the case at this point feel that's what it is. This is CIA.
There is no evidence that Nixon had ordered the break-in, but his aides had. The president approved the plan to divert the FBI.
This is sort of a comedy of errors, and that they should call the FBI in so that we, the country, don't go any further into this case, period.
I saw Watergate as politics pure and simple, Nixon wrote in his memoirs. We were going to play it tough. I never doubted that was exactly how the other side would have played it.
Richard Nixon pulled it into the White House. He couldn't leave it alone. And so within a week after the break-in, or maybe 2 weeks, he had personally involved himself in the intrigue of the whole thing. So Nixon sealed his fate 6 days after the break-in.